Did you know that Amtrak only runs 3 international trains? And this is the only one on the West Coast. We are crossing the border from Seattle to Vancouver on the Amtrak Cascades. Cascades 518 train departs daily from Seattle, Washington. We were at the Boeing factory this morning at Everett, so our trip starts from Everett, which is about half an hour drive or 1 hour by train north of Seattle. Everett Station is a major transit hub in this area. It has Amtrak trains, Sounder commuter trains, and a lot of bus services. We checked in our luggage at the Amtrak counter in the station. Since we're heading to Canada, we received Canadian Customs declaration forms from the Amtrak agent. It is required to complete these forms before entering Canada. There are 2 pairs of Amtrak Cascades trains running daily between U.S. cities and Vancouver, Canada. The morning trains have their U.S. terminus in Portland, Oregon, and the afternoon trains have their U.S. terminus in Seattle, Washington. At the back of the station, there is a gate to the northbound platform. Before the train arrives, the Amtrak agent will open the gate and call passengers to get to the platform of their train.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. My train is coming, finally.
Finally, it's our turn to board an international train for the first time. Oh, this is cool. Anywhere you like. Our train has departed. Let's enjoy the breathtaking views of rivers, lakes, snow mountains, and the ocean. Seattle locals can drive to Vancouver, Canada by crossing the Peace Arch in 3 hours. For non-locals like us, riding a train can take 1 more hour than driving, but it allows us to make a single trip from Washington State to Canada and fly back home directly from Vancouver International Airport. Plus, we don't have to worry about the process and the documentation of border crossing with a rental car. The train ticket from Everett, Washington to Vancouver, Canada is $56 per adult, and the half price of that for any kid. I booked our tickets more than 1 month in advance. Today is a Friday. When I was booking, originally I planned to travel on the morning train next day. Unfortunately, all tickets were sold out for the Saturday morning train, so I had to change my plan. If you plan to travel on Amtrak Cascades, my recommendation is that always plan early. Here is a southbound Cascades train heading to Seattle. If you want me to think about any downsides of riding the Cascades train, there is only one issue on top of my head: the delays. The conductor told everyone that there was a mechanical issue and the train was already 1 hour late while leaving Seattle. Once the train is delayed, while it meets any other on-time trains, it has to yield, as our train just did on the branch line. That will further accumulate delays. This is Mount Vernon Station. Soon after, we will see the ocean. Across Mount Vernon, it is the Skagit River. It originates in the Cascade Range in British Columbia, flows through North Cascades National Park and eventually empties into the northern end of Puget Sound. In the next 1 minute, we'll see the beautiful sunset over the Bellingham Bay. This is Bellingham, Washington, the last stop before the train enters Canada. All U.S. domestic passengers will get off here. The sun has already set. The clouds in the sky are glowing in a mix of colors. Until this point, we have just realized that we are already in Canada. The rail tracks are quite far from the highway, and the Peace Arch is not visible from the railway at all. Almost 1 hour later, the train has finally made it to the greater Vancouver area, although hasn't yet entered the city of Vancouver. This is a train crossing a railway bridge on one of the many rivers in Vancouver. Vancouver's SkyTrain is moving on the next bridge. Remember the timetable at Everett station? The arrival time should be 10 p.m. But when the train pulls into Vancouver's Pacific Central Station, we are more than 40 minutes late. Anyways, we have arrived at Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. After we get off the train, we find our luggage on the platform. To be honest, it is a bit chaos on the platform, but it is an enclosed platform reserved for an international train. No random people can enter this area, so everyone can find their luggage. Take a closer look at this Siemens locomotive. Its head sign reads Portland, so tomorrow morning it will head south to Portland, Oregon. We cannot film in the border control area, but passing the Canadian customs is a very smooth process. This is the historic Pacific Central Station of Vancouver, where Canada's national railway operator Via and Amtrak both provide train services. Outside the station, passengers can hail Uber or taxis. So that's our trip on the Amtrak Cascades from Everett to Vancouver. Overall, it's a beautiful ride. The coastal views are incredible. We don't have to drive. The ticket price is reasonable, and we have avoided all the hassles of border crossing car rentals. But it's not perfect. The train sets are aging and the mechanical issues can cause delays. We arrived much later than scheduled. Canadian National's old rail yard in Vancouver is manually operated. Everything moves at a painfully slow pace. Still, if you're not in a rush, this remains one of the most scenic and relaxing ways to cross the U.S. Canada border. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please thumb up and subscribe to support us. See you in the next one.